Want to welcome into the studio Paul Harding from Martin Harding and Mazzotti. Paul, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Should I call you Paul? Should I call you Mr. Harding? Should I call you Mr. TV commercial?
Mr. President.
Who comes up with the ideas for your spots?
You know, I'm getting some this morning, actually. Eddie was firing a few at me this morning. We actually make our ads in Fort Lauderdale. We have an ad guy down there.
Right. Now, what is the wackiest idea you guys ever? Because yours can be pretty, funny and interesting. What was an idea you rejected?
Yeah, well, it's funny. I'll use wacky and embarrassing. I'll interchange those two words. I would say one I rejected. This was many years ago. We've been on TV since actually 1994.
Right.
Which I started. I was 13, actually, the first
When
ad.
wow.
Tremendous.
You must have graduated law school young.
Dookie Howser. Yeah,
Exactly.
I was Dookie Howser of Rotterdam. What happened is there was an ad that they started to make and literally involved a spaceship, and there were people talking to us from the spaceship, and they were saying they knew Martin Harding Mazzotti. It never got off. I mean, it was written and given to us, and I just called immediately. And I
Never
said,
got off the ground.
That has to go. Yeah.
Because,
the spaceship never got off the ground.
There's a lot of personal injury in space. A meteor hits you.
It's dangerous.
You got to
Space
sue
travel.
the universe.
Yes, no doubt. No doubt.
Are you related to Tanya Harding?
It's funny. A lot of the Hardings haven't done well. We had Tanya Harding. President Harding actually was thrown out of office. So
Yeah.
I want to go on record as saying I'm not related to any of the
good for you.
Laurel and Harding.
Laurel.
The law firm. Oh, man. So let me ask you something. With all the commercials you have been running, what do you think is outside of it? We already know this one, you slip and fall, which I told you what happened with the ladies looking at it and everything else. But what's your favorite commercial that you've had so far?
I really don't. I have a hard time watching them. It's funny. I'll be at the gym and I'll be looking up, and the commercial come on. I'll turn my head. When we make them, I'll look at them. I'll approve them. I don't watch a lot of them. I've always liked the baseball ones. Thought they were fun back in the day, but they ran themselves out because I just got to throw a baseball and hit a ball. I probably couldn't name two that are out there right now.
You know what? I always thought would be a good idea. And I'm a little unconventional, Paul. A way to advertise. Well, what's so funny?
No, I agree with you.
I think you put your ads on airbags in cars.
But don't you think that's a
Or
little too close to the face?
The roof of ambulances. You imagine how much money you could raise for ambulance companies? These lawyers could put their ads on the roof because when you're laying there injured, you're looking up, you see the ad.
Oh, you mean the ceiling?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought you meant for people jumping oth a building.
You want to see you'd rather look at that than the EMTs looking at you like, he's not going to make it.
No, both great ideas under advisement. Thank you.
What is your favorite? I mean, not your favorite, but what do you feel is your strongest area of expertise?
Well, we do personal injury. We limit our practice generally to that: medical malpractice, people hurt in car accidents, slip and falls, as I slip and fell on the ad. So that's really our expertise. But as
How'd
lawyers,
you make out?
I did okay. I actually.
Sorry, I just thought.
I walked off the
Paul,
set.
she's interviewing you for as a
No,
potential
I'm good.
mate.
I'm good. No, I'm not. What are you talking about? I'm just asking him how he made out with his own suit.
With his own suit?
He said he fell.
Well, yeah. No, it was kind of on one of the ads we were on the ground. We talked about
It was a TV ad.
It was, yeah. But
Oh.
but so and so I got up and I was fine. But no, I'm being interviewed for what? She's looking for a
No,
maid?
wait, what is wrong with
A maid.
you? This fine gentleman is, a part of the show
Excuse me,
now.
he's a good-looking, successful attorney. Don't tell me you're not thinking. Are you married?
Will you stop?
I'm actually not. No.
Oh, God. Will you? No, you didn't.
Oh. There's a stereotype.
Leave me alone.
Are we talking 6 or 7 figures?
Ellen Harding.
That's got a
Ellen
nice.
Z. Harding.
That's got a nice ring to it, actually.
Ellen Z. Harding. I like it.
Please forgive him. He knows not what he do.
I love the commercials because the fact is they got jingles you guys come that can remember. That's how most people remember. Martin Harding and Mazzotti, do it again. Call 1-800-LAW-1010.
Look, 1010.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Oh, I can remember them all.
Yeah, The jingle came about 7 years ago. It was my idea. I kind of knew that people knew the firm and knew what we did, but the numbers are confusing. There's too many, so they come up with the jingle. We pushed it, and I hope we're not annoying the public, but
No.
But people seem to know the jingle.
Only when Eddie does it.
You know what? Annoying the public obviously works. Look at Billy Fusillo.
I will have no comment on that, but yeah.
No, I mean those ads. You ask everybody on the planet
It's huge.
What do you think of those ads? Oh my God, they're awful. Meantime, the guy sells more cars than anybody else.
Exactly.
Right.
So clearly, it's all about having people remember.
Getting in their head.
Top of mind and trying to
Absolutely.
send a good message out. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Paul. Personal injury, Martin Harding and Mazzotti. What is, and I know obviously no names, got to be a certain amount of discretion. What is the funniest way anybody ever came to you, even if it's a case you rejected, and said they were injured?
We're never quite sure if they're real. So we have to treat everybody as if they're actually playing on the same field, and so
Don't tell me that.
Yeah. But we've had phone calls where people have called up and said outrageous things, and we know that maybe we try to look to where the numbers. Maybe it's 4 wins. Maybe they're calling from some facility. So a few. I mean, I would someone was not to keep using the spaceship. Maybe that's why we're going to do a spaceship ad. But someone actually did say they were abducted and said that during the abduction they were injured. I'm not going to get into specifics of that. But so at that point, I was able to hang up pretty quickly because that one was outrageous.
Who do you
sue?
Who do you sue in that case?
That's some of the problems we were going to have. Yeah, we're going to have who the defendant was going to be.
Right. How can you reach
And
them?
do you really want the defendant to show
Serving.
up?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
E.T.
Will they have hands to put on the Bible?
Flat in Albany. Yeah, I know.
You saw the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? I do. Phone home.
Now, Paul, how have you managed to say not married? Clearly, you're a catch, right, Al?
What?
Stop.
I was hoping we'd get into my marital woes on the first show. I was hoping we would. So this.
Oh,
wait,
you've been there.
You just wait.
No, I'm divorced. So I've.
Welcome to the club, brother.
Okay, we're gonna.
You're not divorced.
Huh? Yes, I am. I'm done.
It's done?
Oh, it's done. It's done deal.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Drinks all around.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
I need a lawyer for my ego that's been damaged. But please, go continue.
So yes, single.
So
You really
want to
make money. You really want to make money when you sue.
Well, tell
You've
it,
got to
like-
build a case.
Like, who did she have? She didn't have one of your partners represent her.
No, she didn't. No, it was pretty. It was a few years ago. It kind of came out of nowhere, and it ended kind of quietly.
You know, it's unbelievable that the divorce rate in this country is 60%.
Oh, it's
Crazy.
more than that.
And the
now.
gays want to marry.
I know.
Now,
God bless.
I would
them.
imagine that divorce attorneys totally support gay marriage because there'll be a ton of divorces.
More business and maybe bitter breakups. Who knows? But yes,
Absolutely.
I'd love to see that. I would love to see the separation paper on it, like two men breaking up.
Oh, you know there would be a law firm that would specialize in gay marriage divorce.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sassy breakups.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm Sassy Pink and Pink. Welcome to our firm. Oh God, I love that word.
And remember, when you're talking about two gay men, no matter what, they're still going to fight over the Xbox.
yeah, right.
Somebody's
that's
going to want that Xbox. That's a guy thing.
Yes. Yes.
You know, Paul.
Yeah, because a
often
lot
I'll-
of gays play Xbox.
Exactly. Well, I will often take the show
I
and
guess
just,
they do.
just throw it right off the cliff for no reason at all. You probably noticed that right now. I can use a lawyer right now to save my career. Thank you, Paul.
He doesn't even want that case.
I'm on a rejection file. Oh, my goodness. Well, how many offices do you guys have around here, by the way?
We are actually, of course, across the street from the studio is
Yes.
our main office.
It's very convenient.
Couldn't
See
get much
anything
closer.
suspicious?
I've seen a few things here coming, mostly in the morning. Mostly in the morning, there's trouble here. And we're in
true.
Springfield, Holyoke. We are in Vermont, so in Burlington, Plattsburgh Market, and also in Utica.
All right, terrific.
Cool.
Now, Paul's going to be joining us every week. We're going to do a segment on, on anything in the news that's happening, legally that Paul can comment on. It's obviously not just personal injury stuff. And I feel, Paul, that after Lovey's question, which she ran by me, and I'm a little reluctant to have her ask you it, but this is Lovey, and you knew what you were in store
I did
for
some
when
research before I agreed.
you came on this program.
I
So,
did, yeah.
Lovey has a question.
All right, so
Go
there's
ahead.
an ad in the Metroland in the back section.
Yes.
Just say, we'll use them for
For example, right.
All right, so if somebody wants to charge, if a couple wants to charge a gentleman to come over to watch them have relations, is that illegal?
Well, I want to clarify because I wasn't prepared for this. So we have a couple
Yeah,
who is putting the advertisement in,
correct.
and they're saying that the person who responds to the ad
Has to pay.
would pay a fee
Correct.
to come over and watch
And-
couple,
A consenting adult,
consenting,
two of them,
engage in
activity.
in activity.
Yeah.
Sexual relations, as Mr. Clinton.
Correct.
Right? Okay, so some version of that. The question is it illegal?
Yeah.
You know, I want to tell you that it is, but as a lawyer, you can say things. Nobody can really tell you right or wrong right away.
No.
You might get some calls later say he was wrong. I could get back to the actual answer. 'Cause I really wasn't prepared for this.
See, now,
But I would strongly feel that this is that this is probably more of an ad that sounds a lot cleaner than it does. I think when you get there, they're going to have an upcharge for participation.
Oh, no,
See,
no, no.
is my best guess.
No, no.
This is where they would cross.
No tipping.
Yeah, so
You seem to know a lot about this, Lovey. Is this?
Paul, she wants to do this.
No,
Oh, I see.
my
Yeah, you
husband-
do.
My husband would never agree to this.
Yeah,
Here's-
But
here's where it comes from.
don't give me that line of crap.
No, here's where it comes from. A friend of mine did it. Okay, her and her boyfriend.
It's not. I don't.
Her and her boyfriend did it for like 6 months, made killer money.
Yeah.
But now he's afraid that he's going to get charged.
I think that
He's afraid he's going to get in trouble.
my understanding of this, and that's only because I used to go to Show World in New York City when I was 18, and they used to
Right.
have these live things.
42nd
Is that as long as you don't participate in it, it's not prostitution.
Well, yeah, if you don't participate, I guess so. It really is just sit back and
Voyeur,
watch
yeah.
the show, and then there's a donation. We'll call it a donation.
Donation.
Oh, that's the way
So
around.
that's how we're gonna get around this one.
This guy's a lawyer.
So if the person that came to watch does anything to himself, does it cross the line there
No.
while he's watching?
If it's going to be in the confines of somebody's house,
Mhm.
so that whole public lewdness piece is gone. Nobody, everybody's consenting to this. I think that is
Probably
something
legal.
you can engage in.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let him know.
So-
Donations accepted.
Suggested donation.
Wow. I'm thinking, can you write that off? Is it a tax deduction?
I don't think so.
Not if they
Now,
don't have the right tax
Lovey,
ID
in
number.
all honesty, this is something that you and your husband are thinking
Are you
of
out
doing.
of your freaking mind? Are you crazy?
You have to ask me that question. You've worked with me how long?
Are you nuts? He would never ever agree to that at all.
Not brother-in-law.
Not even.
What
for
about
a
you?
hot, quick second.
What about if you would?
No, absolutely not.
Oh,
No one wants
please.
to watch.
I don't.
I don't even
I never
wanna
understood-
watch. I took the mirrors down. What the hell?
Martin Harding and Mazzotti.
Yeah.
Paul Harding is here. 1-800-LAW-1010.
Legal
Personal
analysis.
injury.
Paul, I'm sorry. I
No,
apologize.
that was. I will be prepared for next week.
And we will come up with some non-sexual related questions. Do you think we can do
Listen,
that?
I ran it by you first.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I asked.
I was
Even
curious.
before I asked, I gave him the look. Can I ask?
Yes, you did.
Gave me the go ahead.
All right, I have just a couple of more questions
Yes.
regarding the Southern District of New York, the federal court. I know that is the Southern District, the Department of Justice, are they known as the toughest district? Do they ever rep that way?
I would say yes, but they probably have some of the worst folks that come before them. So what you end up having cases that make lots of news and
Mob stuff.
some real characters down there. Yeah, but I don't know that the prosecution is any more vigorous down there, but you certainly have many more cases that make the news.
One thing I want to talk about next week when you come in is this whole online poker thing, which I'll give you some details
Okay.
on to get some input from a New York attorney on this, because although it was national and federal, it was the Southern District of New York that brought the charges originally. I don't know if you've heard what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I did.
In
I
the
did.
news.
Yeah.
Do you play?
I don't. I don't even. If I go to Las Vegas, I don't play. I'm not a gambler, but it is prevalent, and it seems to be something that until that happened, everyone just thought, well, if we get some tax dollars, was the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Now they're looking well beyond that, and I think that folks are probably wondering if their accounts are online and they're going to get phone calls or they're going to get letters or they're going to
From
get
the
alerts.
IRS or from the
That would be
Department of Justice.
ridiculous.
Well, it's long been thought that playing it online is not illegal, but running it is. That's
Well, but they're going to try. I think the approach they're going to try to get the folks who are playing it to violate some minor statute and then therefore reduce the event by scaring off the number
the players.
of
Right.
Yeah.
What people in the community are talking about is that the Department of Justice, along with the IRS, is going to require that any payouts now be reported to the IRS, so that whoever gets the payouts is going to have to declare it as taxable income.
But that's fair. I mean, you have to do that when you win at the casino.
No,
Right.
understandable. So that's probably what's going to happen with that. Everybody in the poker community wants it legislated and legalized.
There's serious jurisdictional issues to stop this online gambling, and I think that that's what they're going to run into.
Yeah.
You know, it's a real popular topic, but at the end of this thing, I think they're either going to have some form of legalized gambling, and then the state can benefit. But there's always going to be the renegade stuff going on, you know, in Europe and in China, and it's going to be impossible to regulate. The tax issue,
It is impossible.
they will find a way to tax it.
Of course they will. They find a way to tax everything.
Yeah.
Paul Harding, I'm looking forward to you guys coming in every week. Martin Harding and Mazzotti, 1-800-LAW-1010. Paul, thank you very much.
Thank
All right,
you.
Paul.
Thanks, guys.
The feed.